Greetings, Benjamin J. the Victrola Guy with note in the series. I just uploaded a little Christmas greeting on the tinfoil phonograph, and I just wanted to show you what I was recording on. Christmas has really cut into my playing with the tinfoil phonograph. I've been really busy. Anyway, this is what I'm recording on. Corey's Slug and Snail Copper Tape Barrier. And it's reasonably expensive. I mean, you have to say it's almost $7 for this roll of this stuff. But it makes really decent recordings. The only problem, of course, is it's only 1 inch wide. And still waiting to order some copper foil. I've just been too busy to do it. But this is now the 23rd playing of this copper strip. And it hasn't seemed to really drop off at all. And it's really surprising that it's so long-lived. So I've just been sitting here playing it over and over and over, and I thought, since I was doing it, I should probably document it. And you can just play this over and over and over again. And it doesn't seem to deteriorate at all. Now on aluminum, I can record and get probably 4 or 5 good playings out of it. Then it starts to drop off a bit. But this copper tape doesn't seem to drop off at all. So it seems to be just as loud as it was, and it's still clear. Usually what happens, it's not so much the volume drops off, it's the clarity drops off as you're beginning to really wear those indentations. But in this case, this copper is much tougher than aluminum, and so it's not wearing nearly as fast. So I'm just really curious to see how many times I could play this. You know, because it would be great to have a recording that you made that came out really nice, that you could just leave on the machine, and just wherever you go you could just have a recording you could instantly play. And this would be the perfect thing, this sticky backed copper foil tape. If I could only find it in a width that was big enough to be able to do this correctly. The problem with, I found some 2-inch, it was much too thick though. The problem with it, of course, is trying to lay it on the mandrel in a straight line. It's just not as easy as you think it is. You think, well, it's straight, the mandrel's straight, just lay it on there. If it's off a micron on this side, this is 18 inches long, so by the time you get to this end, you're off a 1/4 inch. So it has to be really, really aligned. And the problem with anything that's adhesive is once it's stuck, it's stuck. So it's off, it's off. However, if I could find a piece of copper sticky back foil tape, this stuff, that was 2.5 inches wide, it wouldn't matter how much you were off. You could just stick it on there and then just roll the edges down. And that would be something that would probably make some really decent recordings. It's a bit noisier than aluminum, but the trade-off using copper is the machine doesn't have to be adjusted at all. If this was aluminum foil, I'd have to sit here for probably 20 minutes and adjust the machine to get a really, really good recording. Now in this case, I haven't recorded on this machine in a couple of weeks. I mean, I've been busy. And I didn't do anything to it at all except put a piece of this copper tape on it. And just to make that real quick Christmas greeting. And I was really surprised after I played it and played it and played it and played it through a bigger horn, a smaller horn, the archivette, played it some more, played it some more. And I was just really surprised at how many times you really can play it. And it doesn't seem to really degrade at all. So that sounds to me, of course I'm sitting right in front of it, about as loud as it was when I first recorded it. So I'm going to play it one more time. Still waiting to get some time and some foils to do some real experimenting with this. But this copper is really promising. I mean, for doing a demonstration, copper would probably be the thing to use. Because transporting the machine, there's no setup time with it. You get the machine, this machine hasn't been adjusted in 2 weeks at all. And I just threw this copper tape on here and it made a decent recording. So for doing a public demonstration, this would be the stuff to use if I could find the right width. That's the thing. But one last playing, so this is now 20, I haven't even been counting, 27 times now, something like that. So it hasn't seemed to really drop off at all. But again, I just wanted to do a quick video since I had played it so many times. It's always surprising, and so I try to document this stuff. And there's a lot of times I've made recordings where I just went, wow, but I wasn't recording it. But this copper tape works. If I could just find the right width, this stuff would be perfect. I mean, it really would. If I could find a 2.5 inch width of this. So I'm seriously thinking about maybe contacting these guys. I mean, I'm sure that they're cutting this themselves. I doubt if they have a factory that's making copper tape. So they're probably just cutting it off a much, much bigger spool. So they might be able to cut a 2.5 inch piece, but that would work really well. Anyway, I just wanted to document this. It's working really well. This is the first time I've really had a chance to play with it in a couple weeks. I've been recording lots of custom cylinders, sometimes 3 and 4 a day, and recorded some tonight. So I have some free time, and it's Saturday, and so I thought I'd spend a few minutes, which is now turned into about 2 hours, playing with the tinfoil phonograph. This thing is just, it's an absolute blast to play with. And the fact that it's an exact duplicate of the original. Thomas Edison designed this himself. That's pretty neat to be able to sit here and play with a machine, knowing that Edison was the one that actually designed it and built it, the first two. So, in any case, just wanted to do a video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, TheVictrolaGuy@gmail.com. But just wanted to do that Christmas greeting, and then just thought I'd document how many times you can play a recording on copper. So, again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, TheVictrolaGuy@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.